Okay, hello friends. I thought I would do a little quick single shadow tag video. The way I love tags is just a stupid amount. I've said it before, I say it in every tag video. It just reminds me of like 2014, 2013 YouTube, and in the best way. And I just feel like Ingrid Nilsson doing like the fall tag. I don't know. It just brings me so much unadulterated joy and I fucking love it. Okay, but I saw that Riley Seeking Shifts posted on her Instagram and YouTube, and honestly I watch every single one of her videos because you know how much I love swatching content, but I saw that she posted this tag that was made up by a makeup journey, which I am not following, so I will follow her back. She created this tag, if I'm not mistaken, and I wanted to do it because it's really fun, and my single shadow collection has grown immensely over the course of the past couple years. Some people have like crazy huge single shadow collections. Mine is large, but still in comparison to a lot of people's relatively modest, but indie singles are just so fun, and I don't always talk about them as much as I want to, so any chance that I get, I'm really excited to do so. So there are 10 questions, let's just get into it. Let me scooch over a little bit. I'll do up close swatches as well, but we'll zoom in a little bit and we can do some swatching here. So the first question is your current favorite single shadow. This is so difficult because it's so hard to choose, but actually there's only one question that I cheated and chose 2 for. I was very decisive today. So my current favorite single shadow is the shade Hermetic from SHINEBYSD. This was from the original Duality collection in collaboration with M. Jones 5018 or Monica. I'll link her and Lisa Bizarre Volta's Instagrams down below. They collabed on this collection. I'm not sure if it's still available, but it's such a, I reach for it all the time as a topper, as an inner corner shade. It's slightly sheer, so it's very versatile all over the lid. It's so pretty. Has almost like a translucent base with a pinky orange gold shift, and I honestly want to say that there may be like a greenish tone to it as well, and I love warm tone eyeshadows, and this just goes with like everything. Reds, oranges, pinks even. It's such a beautiful shadow, and SHINEBYSD always brings such incredible sparkle, and I've reached for it time and time again since I got it. It's so special. And then the second question is, and your previous favorite before your current came along. This was difficult again, but I have to give it to Carving from CLIONADH. This is a glitter multi-chrome from CLIONADH. It's so pretty. Again, like there are so many that I could have chosen, but this is such a stunning shade. It's like a purple base with a green shine to it, and there's like blue in here. What else? Orange, like maybe like a touch of orange as well. It's so pretty, so sparkly, textured, and so beautiful. This with purple is like beyond. It's so beautiful. The third question is, what's your favorite one and done single shadow? Now, typically if I'm doing any type of like one and done look, aka like a quick look that doesn't take a lot of time, I pretty much always will put like a matte on my lid and then tap a shimmer over the top of it. So rarely am I truly using like a one shadow look, but I think if I really had like super little time and I wanted to do just one shadow, it would be a satin. It wouldn't necessarily be a matte because I don't know, I always want a little bit more than just a matte on my lid. but I don't think it would be anything really sparkly or textured or anything like that. I don't want anything like metallic either. So Woodwinked from MAC, not an indie single, but a single nonetheless. This is just such a true satin shade, not metallic, it's just really satin. It's just like a warm, bronzy kind of shade, and it's just really, really beautiful. This is like the kind of exact tone that I go for if I'm doing like a quick, simple kind of one and done kind of look, and it's a satin, so you can blend it out and the crease is not going to look super, super sparkly, but it just gives a little bit of interest because it is a satin, so that's my choice for that. Maybe not the most exciting, but very practical. The fourth question is, the fourth question is what a single shadow that you think is underrated. And this is the category, the question that I cheated and chose two because they both fit and I can't choose between them. So the first one is the shade Foiling from CLIONADH. I know that CLIONADH gets so much hype, so much love, especially their glitter multi-chromes, but I rarely hear people talk about foiling. I think it is one of the standouts, honestly. In my single shadow collection and within CLIONADH's range as well, it's more of a neutral shade, so that's probably why, but it's just a warm bronze with like a green gold shift with just tons of like beautiful gold sparkle. It's one of the most textured from the ones that I've tried, at least from their glitter multi-chrome line, and I love that it's so sparkly and textured but neutral, and I love the shadow and I think it needs so much more love. And then the next shade is from SHINEBYSD. It's the shade Daylight. This is such a special shadow, and it's so difficult to like really capture how beautiful it is, but it's slightly sheer and really it does not do it justice. But this is like a warm, fiery, bright orange, red, yellow gold shade, but this layered on top of like an orange, even a pink, any type of shade honestly makes this look neon. It is like nothing else I've ever seen from a shadow, and it's so special, especially for summer, unparalleled. It's so beautiful, and I mean, I know that SHINEBYSD gets love, and I just feel like everyone should be talking about this shadow. And I mean, honestly, you're going to be able to tell this from, I think, a lot of my picks, but I just love warm tone shadows. I know that a ton of people, like, cool tones are very in, you know, blues, greens, cool tones, but warm toned eyeshadows will always have my heart, and this is just, like, breathtaking to me. The fifth question is a single shadow not worth the hype. I really don't have a ton of shadows that I think aren't worth the hype. I know that like indie shadows, indie multi-chromes get so much hype, and I just love them all. I really think they get so much hype, but I honestly think it's worth it. The only one that kind of came to mind is M51 from TERRA Moons, for the sole reason that it creases on me, and I do not get creasing from pretty much any shadow, and this creases like quite a lot, and even if usually if I get some creasing, sometimes happens for whatever reason, I can tap it out and it typically won't do it again. It kind of fixes it, but this, if I tap it out, it just keeps happening. It just creases really badly, which is annoying. I mean, it's not the biggest thing in the world because I have hooded lids, you know, you can't always necessarily see it super clearly, but it's just disappointing because it's so beautiful, but it has that creasing issue. So if you are prone to creasing in any way, just be wary of that from the shadow, but that's the only reason. Otherwise, it's such a beautiful shade. The next question is a single shadow that best represents your favorite singles brand. Now, I have a good amount of singles, but I definitely haven't tried like there's so many different singles brands out there that, you know, that are out there. But I mean, I've tried a good number, not all of them, but by far and away, SHINEBYSD has my heart. Not only are they a Black-owned Canadian brand, which is just amazing, based out of Nova Scotia, love them, but there's truly, it sounds dumb, but there is like a je ne sais quoi about SHINEBYSD's singles that I just think no one else quite has, that like little bit of extra something special, particularly in the like beautiful fine sparkle that they bring. I just feel like no other brand quite gives that like really fine, just out of this world sparkle that SHINEBYSD gives. And I think Reserve number 7 from the Reserve collection really showcases that. It's not overly shifty. It's kind of like a duochrome, like a yellow base with blue sparkle, but it's probably one of the most sparkly shadows in my entire collection. The Reserve collection as a whole, I think, is just unmatched in terms of the sparkle and shine that they bring, and this, I think, just really truly encapsulates like what SHINEBYSD can do in a way that I really feel like, at least from what I've tried, not a lot of other brands are replicating, and so I just love them for that. And then number 7 is a single shadow you grew to like. I don't really have any singles that I really didn't like and then grew to love, to be honest, but I will say Ripple from CLIONADH is a shade that I reach for a lot. I have a really big dent in this, and I honestly I was excited about it, but I wasn't what I expected to be like a favorite of mine when I first got it. I could never have guessed the amount of use that I have gotten out of this shade, but I don't know what it is. I use this as an inner corner. Again, I use this as a topper a lot for any kind of like a minty teal shade. It's like a mint with a purple shift, and there's like a blue shift in here as well, pinkiness. It's really pretty, and I layer this over other shadows. I just get so much use out of it, so it really came out of nowhere for me in terms of like how much use I would really get out of it. Okay, my camera cut out, so hopefully we didn't miss too much. Story of my life. But anyway, the next question really kind of stumped me. It's a single shadow you would give to your worst enemy. I genuinely had no idea what I was going to choose because, again, I really like all of my singles, and it feels kind of like, I don't know, kind of mean. And I really don't feel that type of attachment generally to like brands or things. That's a lie. I have an attachment to things, but none of my shadows really like stood out to me as being like so shit that I'd be like, I'm gonna give this to my fucking worst enemy. But this is more just like a shade kind of thing. It's like, if I was gonna give a single shadow to someone I hated, it would be a beige. So this is the shade Angel Face from Colored Rain, and I mean, I love Colored Rain's formula. Pretty sure they're not doing singles anymore anyway, so, you know, but this is just like a beige, like a peachy beige. So I wouldn't give them anything exciting. They get a beige matte. I guess something even worse would be like a cream, like a bone colored matte. The only one I have is this one here from Makeup Designery, but it's a long story. It's glued in with eyelash glue into this MAC palette, so I can't take it out. But alternatively, in a similar vein, it'd be something like that. And then question 9 is a single shadow you would pay double for. Definitely Brocade from Pretties for Your Face. Pretties for Your Face has really affordable shadows to begin with. Honestly, and I think I got this on sale, like I probably paid $3 or something for this, and it's so special. It's so special. It gives like a crazy amount of sparkle. It's like an emerald green with just like the most sparkle. It almost looks like a pressed glitter, and I would pay easily double for what I paid for this. It's so beautiful. Honestly, a lot, like, Pretties for your face can be kind of hit or miss. They have different formulas, but like this really sparkly formula, I don't know if they have a specific name for it or anything, but the really sparkly formula they have is like really, really pretty and kind of underrated in my opinion. And then the last question was also very difficult. It's a single shadow that best represents you. I was like, couldn't fucking tell you, but I ended up, after looking at all of my stuff, I ended up choosing Helix Nebula from Terra Moons because I feel like this kind of encapsulates my makeup style in that it's grungy. It's grungy, but still grungy and a little bit muted, but still colorful and still has like so many different shades in here. It's like kind of an indigo base with an orangey pinky shine with gold and green to it, and it's so beautiful, so unique. Like, I really feel like I don't have anything quite like this in my collection, and it's just such a beautiful shade. So I feel like this kind of like encapsulates my makeup style. It's grungy but still colorful, you know, and a little bit out of the box, so, and like deep and vibrant, and I feel like that really encapsulates my makeup style. So these are the 11 shades that I ended up choosing, and it was really fun. I always love singles tags, because I feel like I can go through my singles and give them some love, shout out different ones, and yeah, I feel like I just always like to do that, and I want to do that more. So let me know the answers that you have for your singles collections, or even just shadows in general. Could be shadows from palettes, doesn't have to be singles, in the comments below. I would love to see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.